Now we have the lights, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's the lights out and away we go for round 4 of the championship. There's already been some
What a start from Tombe. Tombe's
Panis up to 13th and behind the Renners, but not yet. Tombe has moved up, and so is his teammate.
As well. So both the bad cars, as usual, fantastic starts. Tombe up to 7th. That's 4 places, and Hamilton's gained 5. And Hamilton's gained 6. He's passed Lopez now. That's just in the middle of the pack. That was a fantastic start by both the bad cars. At the front, not much change. DuPont leads, but Locatelli's up to 3rd.
That's a good thing for Jaguar because they've been struggling quite a lot. So is Locatelli, specifically. And there's quite a lot of manoeuvres going on here, and one of the outrages was actually quite high up just for a moment there. But you can expect them to disappear off pretty quickly. They haven't got very good drivers.
Experienced drivers with not very much training.
I actually wonder where the Renaults were because it looked like you were both. There looks like only one there.
Renault, well, both of them had a good start. They got into the top 10, but then they dropped back as the lap went on. So, interesting start for Renault. And Smith's dropped back 4 places as well. So it's the gains are from bad, and the losses really. Well, Renault lost quite a lot, as have RWB.
And Villeneuve's also lost places to both outrages, and they're now passing Panis. So they must be just a bit more lighter. That's not good for Perch at all.
Back down to 5th. And here comes Alonso on the back of Daniel Ricciardo, and Alonso makes a move into turn 4. And Ricciardo's lost 3 places, I think, there. Sagdiev gets through as well, but he just keeps ahead of Jose Maria Lopez, who's making his debut today.
Last 3 races have been by the previous Renault driver, Nelson Piquet, but Jose Maria Lopez is doing European races.
Yeah, Lee has the gap to Williams of over a second, so there's no DRS between 2nd and 3rd.
That's not good. That would have been a good thing to stop DuPont from getting away too much, because he's already 6 seconds ahead now, and it's only lap 4. I mean, he's going to go to, well, the max for me was, I think it was 10. It was 11 actually, something like that, or 9.
I don't think he'll go long from that 10 anyway. I think he'll probably.
And he only has a bit better of tyre economy, and I don't think it'll make much difference anyway. It usually doesn't.
Yeah, really pushing Alonso, and he gets past there.
This ace is really holding up the pack.
Alonso, the only Spanish driver at this Spanish Grand Prix. The last time we were here, we had Managua in the Jaguar, but this time it's just Alonso for the home crowd, and he's currently sitting in 12th out of the points.
Tell you something. I'm really struggling.
Tombe is up to 4th. Tombe is up to 4th from 11th on the grid in only 4 laps. That is incredible. And Hamilton as well, up from 16th to 9th. So that's, once again, a fantastic start by bad.
Considering what I know, this is not good news at the moment, considering the places that we are, especially for me.
No, and Norris passed by Smith, and Sagdiev looks to have a run as well on Lando Norris. So the championship leader, Norris, still, despite not scoring in Bahrain,
they didn't turn up. They didn't turn up to the last race. And actually, the manager told me. The manager actually told me that he couldn't be bothered to really turn up because he was doing his Project Cars race.
Yes, I know. I heard.
Quite a poor excuse.
So Norris is now out the points, and DuPont, not Alonso, and here comes Lopez on Ricciardo, and I think there's someone else in there as well. That might be one of the outrage cars. Anyway, so there you go. That's Renault's passing McLaren's. And Alonso's now right on the back of Sagdiev, right on the back of the final points place. But
so Panis
do it, and that's Norris to look back.
Is now getting up to Ricciardo on the back of this pack here.
3rd. Tombe's 3rd, pushing Locatelli for 2nd. Be fantastic if those two could get back on the podium, because they haven't been on the podium since season 7. And both of them were contenders at the front that season, but season 8 was really a special season for the
this is a stunning performance from Tombe. He was made up many positions at the start and is now working his way through the field.
Yeah, I feel that McLaren are heavy, but they also just lack both driver and skill at the moment because their drivers are not trained like a lot of the others on the grid.
So Tombe now up to second, and it'll be interesting to see if he can get the gap ahead of Locatelli and keep away from the DRS. I mean, it's not going to do much for him because there's a big DRS train behind him.
It must be quite light, maybe coming in like 15 or 16 instead of the rest of the field, which I think are 17, 18, 19. Some maybe even to lap 20.
So, now Panis and Alonso basically together. Villeneuve still
Lopez,
struggling.
Alonso's up the road now.
Oh, yeah. Alonso's in 11th, so it's Lopez. Villeneuve struggling to get past these outrage cars and the Ace. That's just ahead of him. He's going to have to get out with this.
Big DRS train. Alonso's dropping back from the 10th place Sagdiev.
DuPont into the pits.
The end of lap 9.
So he's only gone to 9 laps. The max, I think, was basically that for me. So, yeah.
What we expect. So where is DuPont going to come out? So, that's Williams trying to bridge the gap between himself and Tombe, and he does that very
Tombe
nicely
into the lead, and I think that's the first time Bad had been in the lead since, I guess, last season. That was at China, I think.
So where's DuPont come out? He's come out in front of Davies, it looks like. So he's not last, he's just in the DRS train. So this may have worked out quite well for DuPont. I'd like to say that Bad haven't had a podium since USA in season 5, where they got a 1-2, which they're both their last podium and victory, and 1-2. So that was nearly a year ago, that race. So it's been a long, long wait. But let's see how light Tombe is, because that could be the telling factor.
See how quickly DuPont manages to get through this field. Because if he's doing a full stop, he's going to be light. Is he on mediums?
Oh, he's gone soft.
Okay.
He must be force stopping. He must be force stopping. Can he hang on to the back of Davies? That's the question.
I think
Norris
he will.
Is now coming back at Alonso. Has also got past Lopez, which I missed, as the RWB is now right together at the end of the lap, and not quite an overtake. And that's put Sagdiev on the back foot. And here comes Alonso down the main straight. Will Alonso get up into 9th? Not quite. Sagdiev keeps that position for the moment. And there we go. Alonso passed into turn 3. Sagdiev gets it right back at 4. So that's the little battle for 9th. Not much change up at the front. Tombe still leads Locatelli and the Subarus. Faustin's 6th, but he's quite slow, so I'd imagine he's going till maybe lap 19, very heavy. Oh, Panis having a look at Lando Norris, not quite making the overtake.
He probably should overtake him though, because he's got a better DRS here, but he has got on the back of him Lopez now, who also does have better DRS.
There's a gap forming, I think, between...
I think both of them are going to pass Norris on this lap, but I think it's going to be Lopez that's going to pass first.
No, Lopez doesn't have the acceleration. That's Benjamin Brundle in 14th place.
Behind him, Villeneuve now.
Brundle's doing a good job. Alonso's struggling to stay.
That's a default strategy though, so he should be in. He should be on the lap 14, I think, or something like that. So that won't work.
The last sector gains back all the time on the RWB car, so he's slow in the middle sector, but quite good in the final one.
Yeah,
Norris takes the lead.
Norris is getting in the way here.
Norris replaced Tombe at Subaru, now passes him for the lead.
Norris is really ruining my race here, just a bit.
Alonso's not quick, but he's not the one holding everybody up. That's Norris.
This
long train is playing into DuPont's hands massively, I have to say.
From what I've seen, I expect Lee and Williams to do a similar strategy to what I've done already.
I think they're coming in lap 18 and 19. So, how heavy or light is Tombe? Because this is a fantastic performance from him. But I guess we will see when he comes into the pits the true pace of that car.
And Norris is caught into the back of Alonso now.
Sagdiev's having a go at Hamilton. So Sagdiev's got his teammates somewhere. I missed that.
Lap 15 then.
Pressurising Hamilton.
Tombe leading. The two Subarus in second and third of Liam Williams. The two Jaguars, Locatelli and Bilic, occupying the rest of the top 5, and Tombe's in.
Very, very light.
And Norris goes past Alonso. Look at the amount of cars that just trundle past, go past Tombe there. Such as the big Q. That's not really worked for him though. That really hasn't, because he's got no one now. Tombe's got no one now really to work with, so he's pretty much left out.
No, it's unfortunate for Tombe. He's going to get overcut by most of the field. Davies passes Ricciardo, so Ricciardo's really poor at the moment. Norris is now holding up Alonso, having passed him. Let's see.
And in comes in one of the aces. Both the aces, sorry, actually, yeah. Yeah, that's a default strategy.
And it's right on the back of his old rival Alonso. He might have a position here. He might have 10th.
Yeah, he got very good acceleration off the final corner there, but I don't think he's going to get the position at all. It's a bit too hard for that. But he's going to now bring in Lopez. And Villeneuve also in there, and behind him, Ricciardo. Villeneuve, unfortunately, has had to use boost to get into that position, though.
And here's where Alonso makes up his time that he loses in the middle sector. Into the pits, that's Locatelli, Smith, and Hamilton, I think. Yes, it is. So Locatelli's going to lose out big time here, as he did in Bahrain. So that's a shame for Locatelli. Oh, Alonso passes Faustin. And Norris passed Faustin as well. So that's unfortunate for Faustin. And I think Panis is coming through as well. That's another position. The double world champion down to 8th place. And Lopez is having a look as well. Is Lopez the debutant going to do it?
I've been really lucky here, by the way.
Here goes Lopez. So Faustin's down to 9th. Lopez is in the pits, as is Faustin. Well, that's just a bit rude. Oh, but McLaren don't break DRS. Norris trying to pull away from Alonso. Can't quite do it.
I've been really lucky here, by the way, managing to save fuel.
Norris, Alonso, Panis, DuPont, 6th, just there, having already made a pit stop. This could be very interesting.
We'll go to the front because we're now on Tombe. We'll actually go to DuPont because he's making the progress at the moment. I don't know if...
Tombe's not lost out too badly here. Tombe's still right on the back of Locatelli and Lee. So Tombe's not lost out too much, actually.
Panis was really lucky. Oh my god, why has it done that? Why has it done that? Why has it brought in Villeneuve? Oh god. Whatever.
A double stack for Persia by accident.
No, it's because Panis manages to do a bit more with fuel, and I thought that Villeneuve was going to get through there easily, but he didn't. I didn't notice that he was going to pit him. No. He had enough fuel, but it just pit him. And that's not gone well.
In a solid position now.
Yeah, that's not gone well for Villeneuve. He's behind the outrageous and aces.
Alonso's now falling back from Norris, so Alonso may be out of position, out of DRS here. The first break in the DRS train as Norris is pushing Hamilton. Norris gets past Hamilton. A huge train now, headed by Bilic, and then it's Tombe, Locatelli, Sagdiev, Norris, Hamilton, Alonso, Panis, Lopez, and Faustin. This is very, very interesting. It's a huge train.
Damn it. Well, lap 21 here. DuPont's got a 14-second lead. He's pretty much out of the way now. What a performance he's had. What performances he's had this season. They've been incredible. Great strategy from
DuPont really has
Singapore.
Come alive this season. It took, what, 2-3 seasons, 2.5 seasons or so, to finally actually realise that he's now really doing quite well. As Faustin gets back past Lopez, and Panis is looking very nice on Alonso here. Could be another position lost for Renault. Yeah, there we go. Panis does it, but Alonso quickly gets him back and they switch again. So Panis is up into the final points position.
And now he's going to be on the back of Hamilton. He's just registered himself into the top 10 now, but he's going to be unlikely to pass them because they're very close to each other. But Villeneuve has been absolutely ruined by that double stack now. You can pretty much count him out of the race.
Sagdiev trying to catch up.
And unfortunately, because it all went too quick, he's going to be in on the same lap again unless I pit him a lap earlier. There's no point in doing that.
Oh, and Faustin passes Alonso, so it's all going off and wrong for Renault now.
Yeah, was that Alonso's dropped behind, and that's now Dupont in the way as well. So yeah, you can pretty much say Renault have lost out there badly to Panis at least. But they have 2 cars, and Peugeot do not. They have Villeneuve very far at the back of this train. He's got no DRS.
Dupont leading by 16 seconds now over Callum Williams. Both drivers have won 2 races. Oh no, Williams has won 3 actually. So
yeah, he's won all of Subaru's Grand Prix. He won Monaco, USA, and Brazil. That's season 7.
Tom Bay never won a race, currently sitting in 3rd. Lee never had a podium, currently sitting in 4th.
Although Tom Bay got the first podium for Subaru, I'm pretty sure, and that was Malaysia. What was it? Season 5.
Yes, Malaysia season 7.
Oh, was it 7 actually?
It was 7, and Williams got a 3rd the next race at France. That's when things started to go right for Subaru. So Locatelli didn't lose out too badly on that overcut.
Yeah, I'm just going to ignore Villeneuve
Which
now.
is fortunate, because Locatelli does need another big points finish, having got 4th in Australia and then nil point in the next 2. Alonso's harrying Faustin now, right on the back of him, and I think Alonso's about 2 or 3 laps heavier anyway, so it's not looking too bad for Renault, despite being 12th and 13th at the moment.
Dupont catching Prost, not Prost, sorry, Panis. Prost is going to be returning at Monaco, though, and that's not too far away.
Just won Monaco last season. Hamilton's having a go at Norris. Can he make that move? No, he can't.
And Panis is really struggling to keep up with the Tom Bay and Norris small group. That's why it's brought Dupont.
Panis now. Dupont in the pits, lap 25.
Sorry, not Dupont.
Only.
Faustin, I keep forgetting that. Faustin.
Stop for Dupont as he comes in.
You'd expect Faustin to be up there, but it's Dupont who's doing the performances. Albeit he did start on the Superstops, he's done a great performance for the team.
16 lap stint for Dupont.
It's very long,
so
and he's going to come out.
48.
And he's going to come out in DRS.
He's come out in well up the field. Dupont done an absolutely fantastic strategy. It looks like at the moment. So if he pits again with the same length stint, it'll be what, lap 41 and 57.
So he's done 2 of his 4 stops. It's lap 26 of 66, and he's in 4th, only 1.3 seconds off the lead. That's astonishing. That's going to be quite an easy win.
Unbelievable pace.
And Dupont now passed Panis, so it's left him vulnerable to the Renaults.
And Hamilton as well. Norris has got Sagdiev somewhere in there as well. Panis on the back foot, having nothing really smart. Ricciardo for 14th place behind them. So Locatelli leads, that's a throwback. Tom Bay 2nd, Lee 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Panis cannot pass Hamilton because he's got no chance really, unless Hamilton has a bad exit on the final corner. Apart from that, there's hardly anywhere to pass.
Alonso's right on the back of Panis, but he's not quite there. And Faustin's being absolutely murdered. Oh no, it's Dupont who's being murdered. Sorry, Dupont loses 3 positions down to 9th. And here comes Alonso. No, he can't quite pass his old rival Panis. Hamilton's now got to clear Dupont quickly because Dupont is slow because he's much, much heavier.
And Hamilton passed Dupont, and Panis tried to get past, and that's going to be... Yeah, he's on the back foot now because of that, and you'd expect Alonso past him on this.
And they both got DRS, so it's just nullified.
Yeah, there was a bit of slipstream there for Panis on Dupont.
Alonso can't quite pass Panis, he's just not quite quick enough. This is all the DRS. And Dupont now is hanging in there, and here's Liam Smith, who's come onto the back of Lopez. And that's Liam Smith looking very good. And they've all caught up, and Lopez is now having a look at his teammate Alonso. Not quite. Locatelli takes the lead from Lee. DuPont, they have to clear DuPont. It's imperative, really, for the race.
And because of the battle with Hamilton, Norris is cleared off now. And Hamilton won't have DRS, I don't think. He might. He's trying to get it though. He will. Yeah, I've just had to get Villeneuve as high up as possible now.
DuPont's settled now in front of Alonso. He seems to be at the same kind of pace, which is worrying given how much heavier he is.
Up 31. 2 Jaguars occupying the top 2 places, and then it's Lee occupying the final podium place at the moment. But DuPont is pretty clear away right now with a stop over everyone else. And only 2 more to do, you'd expect.
Well, potentially, but potentially not, because everyone has 2 stops to make. Still. DuPont is 11th.
That is fair. Depends on how long everyone else goes, but I'd expect everyone to go shorter as the race progresses. Tom Bay in. So.
Hamilton won't have DRS, I don't think, on Norris.
And Panis goes past Hamilton now, and so does DuPont. But
that's the break in the train.
But unfortunately, Norris is clear away, and Falston is the next person up at the road, and he's miles ahead. So
DuPont's coming up Panis now. DuPont's having a look.
I'd rather he would
Olivier
actually.
Panis.
I'm gonna let him through.
DuPont gets through, so DuPont is just unstoppable force.
He's actually catching up to Falston here. Yeah, they're really slow in that final sector.
Yeah, there's a whole Constantine accordion thing in the final sector, and everyone just catches back up. As Lee takes the lead, and Alonso's dropping back quite a lot from the back of Dylan Hamilton, and Lopez is dropping back a lot from Liam Smith. But once again, the last sector, and Lee into the pit, so that could leave Bilic exposed to Williams as Locatelli comes in as well, and Hamilton, so that's bad for Alonso. Alonso doesn't have DRS, but his teammate Lopez does have DRS, and Lopez goes past Alonso. Break in the train. 2 Renaults, quite far behind Panis now. It's about 2 seconds.
Yeah, Panis now catching up to the 2 Singapores there. Heavier, so... Well, one of them is. Gee, how long is DuPont going?
And Brown now behind the Renault cars.
And Falston is in.
Falston is in.
Panis needs DRS here. He does.
Alonso gets back past Lopez.
Yeah, this is basically pointless now, really. Villeneuve's fucked.
But it's such a huge gap that's built out now between Panis and Alonso because of that lost DRS when Hamilton pitted.
So Bilic holding up a big group now. I can basically ignore Villeneuve now. So DuPont continues on because he pitted earlier. He's doing a longer stint. It'd be interesting to see what happens
Alonso
here.
up into 2nd place.
And Panis is pretty close to these guys here. Norris ahead of him though, and let's see where he comes out. He comes out just behind one of the Singapores, and that's Falston. So that's worked out decently.
So how much Tombay's been overcut hugely.
That he's on. Panis has done well here because he's on the back of Bilic now. But DuPont's he's doing really well here.
It's now split into 2 trains. How good are Alonso's sectors? Will he come out in front of people like Tombe? Lopez has lost DRS almost on Tombe. Yeah, he's in front of them, but he's not quite on the back of Panis, Alonso. That's annoying for him. Alonso might end up being the bridge between the two trains here, being catch up to Panis.
The next guy behind him is it Hamilton?
It's Tombe.
No, it's Tombe. And then it's Villeneuve, I think.
Still the
Villeneuve,
leading
yeah.
bad car.
Villeneuve's not really doing well. I mean, he's got no boost left, and he's having to double stack on every stop now.
So Alonso does bridge the gap between the two trains with a little boost. Tombe using a little as well.
Panis has benefited here because it's now the RWB on the back, and it's a bit more of a fighting chance against that. It's got worse DRS, but it has brought Alonso in.
Leads now by such a huge margin that when DuPont makes his third stop, it should be any lap now, probably next lap, and that should end up. That still come out and lead DuPont. I think it's possible that he could still end up in the lead of this race when everything filters out after his next stop. As I think Lopez has lost DRS on Tombe, he has. And there goes Panis.
Oh my God, Norris. Are you kidding me?
He's on the back foot. Alonso looks to benefit, and Alonso does benefit.
You're kidding me.
Panis, and now Alonso's all over Norris.
Fucking hell. That should be clean passed on any other track. So DuPont still 17 seconds ahead. And now Panis is losing heaps of positions.
Alonso, another position, passes Lando Norris.
Yeah, Norris is an immovable chicane. Sorry, immobile chicane. It's just...
Lopez just hangs on to the back of Hamilton there, which is lucky. And Alonso's now going for another position. Borat Sagdiyev in the RWP.
Get out the fucking way, Norris.
But Panis is going. Panis is going.
I cannot.
That's caused immense problems because he just created a massive gap between the trains and probably lost himself DRS, which is a bit of a stupid move. But anyway. There it is. Oh, I think Smith might have Norris here. He does. Smith gets past Norris. I'm going to have fun calculating how much fuel I need to put in for the last stint.
It's a load of chaos going ahead of this group now. Jaguar's lost 2 positions. I think it is.
I think McLaren have gone very heavy on this stint, and that's why they're so slow. Lopez is now on the back of Norris. Train is basically... Oh, DuPont's pitted. DuPont has pitted again, and DuPont is now down to 6th place after that.
Still in a good position.
7th.
Still in a good position there.
Well, everyone has one stop to make. I assume DuPont will make it
late
around that 58, and go for super soft in the final stint. So DuPont is still looking very good for the victory here. Sagdiyev loses out to Panis. Tombe and Alonso pushing as well. And I think Tombe might have Alonso here. No, Alonso gets past Sagdiyev. And so does Tombe and Smith and Hamilton. Sagdiyev lost about 4 or 5 places there. That's really unfortunate for the Kazakh driver.
3 podiums to his name. Sorry, actually it's 3. Yeah, it's 3, isn't it?
It is 3. Might be 4.
Oh yeah,
4,
yeah.
Singapore,
yeah.
Malaysia,
yeah.
Italy, and Malaysia again. 4 podiums to his name. DuPont is holding everybody up. So DuPont will probably lose DRS this lap, which is good for everyone who wants to pass him.
He won't.
Who actually knows of the Constantino. He comes back.
There is no chance.
By Smith.
There's no chance of him losing DRS because there's just too much Constantino ahead.
Tombe just lost about 4 places a la Sagdiyev. It's all kicking off here. in the battle for the lower points positions is Hamilton's all over the back of Alonso now. And Lopez is trying to get past Sagdiev as well. And there he goes, up into 11th, the debutant.
This might lose a position here if he's not careful.
Something which I've just noticed, and I've no idea how it's happened, but Faustin's ended up in the lead. Which is astonishing. And there goes Sagdiev trying to get a run on Lopez and Hamilton, not quite doing it. So Smith was the head RWB on the grid, dropped back massively at the start. Sagdiev was leading the charge earlier, and now they've reversed roles again.
Oh, fucking hell.
Smith past Panis. Alonso might have a look, not quite. DuPont is now out of the DRS of Williams, but the accordion in the last sector. Let's see how it all
back
plays
past
out there.
Smith.
Yeah, DuPont closes in all the way with the clean air.
I don't think he's...
There we go.
Has he got DRS?
Oh, he might not be.
No, he does not.
So
that's another DRS train being bridged again, so I don't think Panis is going to get any near. So
for Panis and Alonso, and they might as well just work together now, because DuPont's going to create a gap behind this lap, and using boost to catch up isn't really necessary when you've already got a DRS.
Well, Panis and Alonso are going to have to be really quick on this lap, because Panis doesn't want to drop behind anyone else but Alonso. And I think he will drop behind more than one person. Most certainly at this kind of track, yeah.
How good is the exit?
That's not good. Yeah.
It might just be DuPont who gets back past.
That's
it is
not good.
The Tombe, who led so much of the race earlier, is now 13th. It might be no points once again for Bad, despite their early promising pace.
Panis now down in third. But this is not good for Panis, because he's now got DuPont in the way. Luckily DuPont has got DRS there at the moment. But unfortunately he's bridged the gap.
Alonso's very close to the back of Williams, so he might have managed to bridge that gap. That was a fantastic lap from Alonso. 17.2, quickest on track, to bridge the gap between the two DRS trains. And that is why he is a triple champion.
This is not working.
If we look at the tyres, Alonso's been longest out of this group in the last stint. If he's going longest again, he could overcut into the lead, possibly. Locatelli leads currently from Faustin, Bilic, Lee, Williams, Alonso, DuPont. But what is it going to look like in 16 laps?
I think we're going to have to boost this lap. It's going to be close.
Williams is a bit slow at the moment, but
DuPont slowed up, so sorry, Panis won't have to boost DRS. Sorry, not DRS boost. He'll be fine. He's closed up on the back of Alonso now.
Comes Angelo Locatelli, and that's broken the DRS. So Faustin gets away at the front. It's passed by both Subarus, charging away.
So now
Bilic is now under threat from Alonso.
And that's going to bring in DuPont and Alonso and Panis, you would think.
Lopez is in this lap. 15 to go.
No way near stopping yet. Lopez is a bit vulnerable. It's not many people. And it's Panis now past DuPont, and he's on the back of Alonso now. He's coincidentally on the back of Bilic. But unfortunately, going past
Williams, yes he can, into third place, and there goes DuPont up past Panis.
Yep, got a really good exit on the final quarter there for no reason whatsoever, but it's back past Panis. But this is really good for this group. There's not too many people now.
Lopez is almost on the back of Locatelli now, which is interesting. I have a feeling that everyone's going to be peeling in this lap. in the front group. Alston in, Bilic in, not Williams, not Alonso. That's unfortunate for Alonso. He's going to get passed by those two. And Dupont into the lead. Dupont is back up into the lead. Lopez passes Locatelli. This is Locatelli's downfall, it looks like. Oh, and Alonso's passed Williams back. That's interesting. It's all really going off. That's not a healthy sound.
What is not?
So everyone apart from Dupont in now. Sagdiev stayed out, so Sagdiev's going really long.
And Panis has jumped Williams here in the pits. That does happen at Spain quite a lot.
Alonso's right on the back of Paniston now.
Panis is at the front of the train. That's not good because he's going to be DRS by a load of people here. Unless he can catch up to, I don't know who's in front of him. Alonso.
He's just given up. Too light in the early stints, and that's his chance of points over. You can't afford to be light at the start unless you've got the best car.
He had no DRS for a long while. That's what's cost him. He was out in nowhere for a long while. Hopefully, Panis can catch up to Alonso and get DRS, and he has at the moment.
Locatelli's getting destroyed.
And the Super is reacting to that and wanting to keep DRS. Oh, Panis hasn't got it. That's extraordinary. He was literally right behind him. And that's not gone well now because he's now far behind this group. And he was going to be fighting for a podium. That's not good for Panis. He's going to have to use boost now.
Dupont may well come out in the lead of the race when he pits.
Oh yeah,
I expect he'll be pitting within the next 3 laps.
I'm going to have to. I think I was just about there, but I'm just going to have to use some just in case.
Locatelli's down to 12th. Jaguar are now on the brink of not being in the points. And Faustin's lost DRS on Alonso.
Oh, that's extraordinary.
Incredible.
That's extraordinary.
Where's this speed come from?
So Dupont still needs to pit. It's going to be fine for him though, because he's got a very sizable lead.
Alonso is a second a lap quicker than Dupont out front. And Dupont has got about 3 laps of fuel on board. Alonso's going to the end. This is incredible. There goes Panis off to Alonso with the boost for the DRS. Huge Constantino up at the back of the field, back of the top 10, and that is no points. Sorry, yeah, out of the points positions for Jaguar now.
Can work together.
Bilic 11th, Locatelli 12th. So Panis and Alonso working together for second place, and they are going to be closing. They are closing on Dupont. So this is going to be a very interesting fight.
I don't think it's going to be...
Both their teammates, 9th and 17th, Lopez and Dupont in now. So, where will Dupont rejoin? Will it be 3rd? Let's see. Williams trying to bridge the gap, can't do it, but he breaks DRS on Sagdiev.
Oh, and it's going to... It's close! And it's going to be these three for the... It's going to be these three for the victory. Dupont with the best sort tyres, though, because he's on super softs. But are they going to last?
But how long is it going to go on super softs? 9 laps.
That's
9 laps to the finish.
He's going to be really quick, though, in that car, though.
Those super softs may be finished by the end of the race.
Hopefully we could get...
The other 213 laps on softs. Let's see how it goes for Dupont.
The Subarus hold up fast. I could probably nick a podium.
Norris, so things have worked out well for McLaren. Now just look how quick Alonso is when he's out in front. But he's going to drop down to 3rd now.
Nope.
No, he doesn't. So Alonso is still there in 2nd behind Panis. Incredible. Jaguar are now, having led so much of the race, Jaguar are now out the points. Lopez passes Ricciardo. This is an immense race. And Faustin's now finally kicked himself into gear. He's coming after the top 3.
Yeah, I haven't... Oh god, I'm going to lose 3rd here. I wanted to lose the lead. Had to anyway.
Well, Alonso's very slow in that last sector. Is he going to get back past Panis? Just.
And
DuPont does not.
Yeah, DuPont can't do anything at the moment. This is not good for him because he's gonna be using up his tyres.
The car's going to overheat in the dirt, yeah, as Villeneuve passes Hamilton for, I think, 16th
I think
place.
DuPont might just get Panis here, and he does. It's not too much concern.
That's unfortunate for the other two. And there goes Norris. Norris is coming for the leading for 3.
That is good news for DuPont, because he didn't want to be there too far. For fucking hell, Dan.
Norris is here.
He always does this.
Alonso, just where Alonso's out in front, he is so quick. 17.3, his best lap of the race, beaten only that time around by Norris, who used a load of boost. Right on the back of DuPont still, and Sagdiev now coming after the top guys. DuPont very slow at the moment.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm sure he will pull away.
I have to keep in here.
I have to say, I did not expect to see either Renault or Peugeot fighting for the victory today.
I did.
But there we are.
I did see it happen because it was Spain.
And there they come. Will Panis get DuPont? Nope. That will be key at the moment.
He's way further behind than DuPont has ever been.
Can't do it. Alston's losing out.
Look at the pace that Alonso has over DuPont, and DuPont's now going to be losing a load of pace, I think. I think he's hitting the cliff. So it's going to be important for
Alonso when he's out in front, he's just unstoppable at the moment. And Faustin's now on a charge. Here comes Faustin, here comes...
If you can get DuPont out of the DRS, it would be really good.
Faustin's using boost, apparently, but it's not going down, so I'm not sure about that.
That's a bit odd.
As Lopez passes Williams...
Right. I need this to work. It's not, though.
DuPont can't pass Alonso. Lopez gets Faustin. But DuPont cannot pass Alonso.
I'm glad about this, though, because it's going to hold him up.
What is on with Faustin? Because for me, it's showing that he's got boost on, but he's not going anywhere. He's not. The boost isn't going down.
Probably a glitch. Pretty sure he hasn't got any.
Norris is slow. Norris is falling back.
He's pretty compromised anyway, because he's on the back of the train, so even... He's going to have to cover a load of boost to try and get ahead of people.
Ricardo passes Bilic. Bilic 11th, Lockley 13th.
Oh, Panis not bloody back for
now. Will Panis pass Alonso? That's the question.
No. He's closer, though. He's closer than he's ever been. For the last few laps. He's on the back foot, always at the final corner, and that's what's put Norris on him, but unfortunately Norris hasn't got very good DRS. Compared to the Peugeot. So that just puts him behind. But he's put himself in a good position here, because he's gone longer, hasn't he? So we have a bit better tyres. But here we go, last few laps now. And this is fine.
2 to go at the end of this one.
It's going to be really... Oh, I don't want Norris ahead. No, no. Good.
Alonso will take back the lead at the start of 65.
Yep. And Panis still cannot get past the second place car. He hasn't got enough pace at the moment. And look at this, one of the Subarus is trying to make a move. I'm fine with that.
That's very nice of the Subaru. If you can stay there and give Alonso DRS, that'd be lovely, but he's not. So Lee off on the fastest lap charge, off into the lead. Lopez going into the lead, thanks. There we go.
I just want a podium there.
Oh, Sagdiev into the pit, so Sagdiev didn't have enough fuel on board. And there they go. There's a disconnection for Singapore because they are not using boost once again.
I'm going to get second here. It's going to be close. Yes! And Alonso's won the race. So Alonso wins his first Grand Prix.
His whole race. Lopez 4 and his 9th and 10th.
DuPont.
Singapore.
Yeah, that's incredible. DuPont did not do well there at all. The reason was
use boost. They didn't use boost.
So I think he's disconnected again. But that's a great result for both Renault and Peugeot. Really.
That's
the two top two of the last race. I could have actually really won that race if I thought about it enough.
That is absolutely unbelievable.
And Norris in third, so it's 3 podiums out of 4 races for
Norris
McLaren.
extends his championship lead
Sorry, not 3, but
to 16 points over DuPont.
it's
and
a
Alonso is now
20th.
third.
It's a 20th podium for Peugeot in the series as well. He had 19 last season. But that is a brilliant result for Renault. Their first victory since Italy season 8, not that long ago. But I always knew it was going to come, and the best place it's come at is his Grand Prix. What a result!
That is home victory.
That kind of result from Singapore, it absolutely mirrors what happened to Peugeot a few times. Won a Grand Prix, and the next one they're out the points or only getting a few points. That's an astonishing result. The brilliant podium there. Lopez on his debut in 4th as well. That's a shout for a good result. Didn't think he was going to get there.
That's a great result for Lopez.
I didn't think he was going to get there because he was very light, wasn't he? He did go very light.
Lopez was the key there to help Alonso get in front on the
if I had Villeneuve there, I could have done something. But yeah, happens.
But what happened to Singapore is the real question. That's the question that I want the answer to.
It's a question that will be answered. But the next race will be on Wednesday. That'll be again. It's 9:30 at Turkey. For round 5 of the championship.
9:30.
For round 5 of the championship, and we've had 3 different winners out of the 4 races. 3 different constructors winning the race as well. So we'll see you then.